Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, all Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Welcome to Higher Source Tarot. If that's you, you're in the right place. Thank you to everyone who's subscribed. I really appreciate that. I will be coming out with more new videos this week. Last week I did an overview of the entire Rider-Waite deck. It takes about an hour, but it's worth the time if you watch a lot of tarot, because readers interpret the cards based on the energy around the cards, and there could be another interpretation of a single card, or any card for that matter, really. You can get, there's many interpretations or things, directions you could take it in depending on what's around it. So if you find sometimes you're watching and say that doesn't really resonate for me, it could just be the way the reader's interpreting it, and maybe it actually is intended for you. So I have that up, and then this week, later in the week, we'll do the January 2020 forecast for all signs, but we're also going to have a separate video that will be a year ahead predictions for 2020, okay? So tune in for those. So I hope all is well. You enjoyed 12/12 and the full moon, and if you celebrate the holidays as we are coming into them, relax, okay? Don't let anything get you down. Know that if you don't have the perfect situation or what you want in your life, draw it into you in 2020. If you want more people around you and more fun, draw that into you. Usually it's the fun and the freedom that people have missing from their situations, and that's what brings them into doing things like watching tarot, because they're just not sure, what it is that they need to feel a little bit more fulfilled. So anyway, I also this time am going to be giving you an Ask and It Is Given Abraham Hicks card, and I'm going to do these in the 2020 forecast too. I think they're so great, and I hope you enjoy them as much as I do. So here we go. This is for water signs, okay? Did I say that? I can't remember, but it is. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces for the week of December 22nd through the 29th, okay? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We're going to start off with Cancer here. You have in your past the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Wands. This week, starting off here with the Queen of Wands, interesting, two queens together, Judgment, and the Eight of Pentacles. Nice, 10 of Cups, 4 of Cups, and the 2 of Wands here. And then on the bottom, you got the 7 of Pentacles. So in the past here, you might have had to kind of put somebody in their place. You might have had somebody who was just very in and out with you, and you kind of got sick of it, and you kind of said, look, you see how she's got her hand raised like she's saying, look, you're either in or you're out, but we're not doing this. Very well could have been. Definitely think it was a love matter, but it could also have been a family member. Either way, I do believe it was with a very more of a serious part of your life. So either a family member or a long-term love commitment. This was not a, just kind of somebody you went out on 2 dates with. It wasn't that kind of a situation. So something long-term here, but I think you had to put somebody in their place. So the energy of the week ahead, this is such a beautiful queen. She's, you're going to be feeling good this week. You're going to be feeling like you look good. You're going to feel confident, very confident queen. Where some of the other queens, like the Queen of Pentacles, and even the Queen of Pentacles is a beautiful queen, but she can be very simple. This is not a simple queen. This is somebody who is dynamic. So I think that's the word I'm getting for you guys, Cancer. You're going to be in your power anyway because you like to be with your family. Most Cancers really enjoy that family time and can be more on the emotional side of things. I do think with the Judgment card, there could be somebody waiting for some kind of decision. It could be, some kind of a holiday kind of a thing, like people are just trying to figure out details still, but that'll get decided. I do think you're going to be putting in some effort in some areas, but I don't think it's going to be anything negative. I think it's actually going to be rewarded. Your efforts are going to be rewarded is what I'm getting. So if you feel like, I don't feel like making this cheesecake, but I'm going to do it because my Aunt Sally loves it, you're going to do it. People are going to feel good and they're going to like your cheesecake. It's kind of one of those. It's not like the most exciting card in the deck, but this is 10 of Pentacles, or excuse me, 10 of Cups here. This is definitely celebratory energy. 10 is a conclusion of a cycle. I feel like whoever this is for is going to be in a very celebratory place. Whatever your 10 of Cups is that you want to manifest will be coming in. Okay, so I also think this could be extending into the new year. I think you're going to have some offers here, but you're not going to be quite sure what to do. So if you had somebody that you had a relationship with, I think they're going to want to come back around, but you're not totally decided. And the next card is more indecision, where you're kind of watching this come to fruition, right? And if it's money related, you've got a lot of pentacles coming up here too, because you've got the 6. I do think if it's a relationship that you're not sure about, it is going to be stable this time. You've got, and if it's somebody that's an earth sign for sure, the next one's the sun too. So I do think for you, Cancer, if you have something that you haven't been sure about, it's going to come back around, and I think you're going to go with it, and you're going to be very happy. I will never cease being or desiring. So that's very true. That's how we expand, okay? We want to keep desiring. It's not greedy. It's actually how we expand our souls. You will never cease to be. New desires will constantly be born within you. Source will never stop answering your desires, and your expansion is therefore eternal. And so you may begin to relax if in this moment there is something you desire that has not yet come to fruition. I don't know why I'm getting this, but I had a random thought about somebody feeling suicidal. And I guess what I want to tell you about that is sometimes people that have that overwhelming urge to go back into non-physical, it has everything to do with wanting to release resistance so badly in a line. They just don't feel like they're capable of doing it here. And I have just a sort of overwhelming feeling just to tell you, you're not alone, okay? That is not the way to really release resistance, because you just go back into non-physical. And it's possible for you to do it here. Quiet your mind. Get out and do things that feel good, even if it's something small, like just going and watching the doggy daycare at your local PetSmart if you like dogs, that kind of a thing. This is for Scorpio. Okay, this is for Scorpio now. Sorry, I just kind of brought my energy down a little bit. I think you got really heartbroken over something here. This was in the past, and then this is the current week ahead. You better watch the drinking, Scorpio, or somebody around you. All right. I think, though, you're going to be moving on to... Oh, crumb. I dropped a whole stack of cards. We don't need those anyway. Okay. I think you had a love relationship that was really, really difficult, and I think you put a lot of time into it, and it ended on a very sad and shocking note for you. Could have been with a Gemini, maybe a Pisces here too. And I think what you did to recover was you just got really invested in yourself, possibly at work and building your career to move forward, and you did the right thing, because I see a lot of self-investment kinds of things. This is the beginning of the week. Some things are going to come to light, though. You're going to have clarity. I think this can oftentimes represent confusion, but I actually think you are going to come into some clarity here. So you're going to be taking some time to invest in yourself and just kind of relax a little bit. But I do see, too, with this Temperance card, you have to watch the drinking with that, because that's another one where it's the card of the alcoholic is generally what I think of it as. But I think you're going to also be able to just kind of go with the flow. You're not obsessed with anything. It's not like when this relationship ended, you became obsessed. I don't personally, I've known a few Scorpios I would not want to cross. But I think you were able to kind of tolerate this for some reason. I think it was a lot of work for you, and it was tiring for you, and when it ended, there was a little bit of a sigh of relief. So I think this is just more about you. This whole energy is more about you letting go, moving forward. Again, I give a caution to whoever likes to hit the bottle. So you're kind of waiting on something here, but it's like you're moving forward, but you know it's not too late to turn back if you decide that you're not comfortable as the path unfolds. However, I actually think you will be, because with the page too, the page is very excited to be on the journey. So I think that you're going to go forward with something new here. And it could be a fire sign. If you've been through it with somebody, maybe a Gemini, and it ended badly, you're going to be ready. As you go into the new year, I think you're going to be headed into some things. And this, I do not see this as holding you back. You might be a little bit cautious, but I actually think this is telling you to step forward, especially with the Six of Wands here, Swords. I think this is telling you to move forward, move on to higher ground, move away from whatever it was, and know that you're free. Know that you can be free, and you're possibly going to be taking a trip for some of you. So, yeah, I think you went through something really painful, but know that that's over. As you go into 2020, you've got something really nice and new that's going to be starting here. And by the end of the week, you're really going to be feeling that energy coming towards you. So your Abraham card here is a consistent formula, gives me consistent results. And that's also true. Like learning to understand the basics of mathematics and then having the successful experience of understanding the results of their applications. Once you have a formula for understanding your world that is always consistent, it will yield consistent results to you. Yeah, that's very true. I even saw it during traffic. I got kind of annoyed. I was with my daughter at the mall, and I got kind of annoyed. I was at a three-way stop, and the cars that did not have to stop, the woman stopped. And so she wouldn't go, and she was like waving at me to go, and she didn't get it that she was messing up traffic, and I got kind of annoyed, and I was like, my God. We get up to the stoplight, and there's like two cars next to each other, and there's a lot of traffic, and it was a red light, but you can turn right on red where we live. And the car behind the first car was like honking at them, and the car got mad. The driver got mad and started honking back, so they're both aggressively honking. And I thought, my God, I'm attracting this. I got to get away from these idiots. Okay, and on that note, let's go into Pisces. So Pisces, you walked away from something big time. You had an ending for sure, but it keeps on giving with the devil. But however, I do think this is actually going to be going in a pretty good direction for you this week. So for some of you, you got into it big time here. You had a huge change. You had 2 5s here, and you definitely walked away for sure from something. It just didn't feel right to you anymore, and you decided it was time to get away, time to call it quits. And you had to, for sure, the whole thing basically died. I think it was for sure a relationship. It possibly could be work, but I do think it's more of a love kind of a thing. Somebody is obsessed with you, though. So don't be surprised if they find out a way. Maybe they are cyber stalking you or finding ways to see what you're up to during the holidays. Maybe they still have connections to you on social media or to your family members and are able to catch glimpses. But it's like, I love how they're like the devil's waving, like, hey, here I am again. Here's your stalker. Here's your stage 5 clinger, Pisces. I actually don't think this is you. I think it's somebody doing it to you. It's possible, though, that there was some unfinished business, and if you left abruptly, that's what this does, okay? If you don't leave on flat ground, you're going to screw yourself up in the future, because people don't go away. They can get very demanding, wanting to know why. But overall, for the holidays, I think it is going to be very celebratory. I don't think that devil energy is going to be in your immediate proximity. I feel like it's much more like somebody who's watching you, and I don't think they're dangerous, but I think they want to know what you're up to, and I do think they're worried like that you're moving on too fast or with somebody else, and I actually don't see that for you right now. I think you are very much about your family right now, about having fun with your friends. You might be going out and flirting with people a little bit, but it's not a real serious, like, forever this is for a big, like, I'm going to put a ring on it kind of a thing. You're kind of trying some things out. A little bit of a player energy here, though. Now this coming up at the end of the week, very slow moving, okay? And I do feel like you are going to be cautious because you don't want anybody crazy coming into your path. You've got this Knight of Pentacles, and this can be kind of a stagnant energy, but you've got, I feel like the slower you go, the more stability you're going to be feeling, and that feels right now. The Page of Swords, that might be connected to the devil, and somebody, again, who's continuing to do some online spying, maybe even, going to the coffee place right by your work when they know you get out of work, so they can be going through the drive-through and there you are. Oh, hey, oh, hi. That kind of thing. Like, didn't know you'd be here. Of course they knew you'd be here. They know your habits. Or maybe they go to a YMCA and you all have memberships, and they go to a different location and all of a sudden they're working out at yours. Oh, yeah, I was going to meet up with a friend. My friend didn't come. Oh, yeah, how are you? That kind of thing. I think this person is still keeping tabs on you for sure. Now, with the Queen of Cups here, you could be in the end of the month here. You may decide you're going to jot this person a note. You may decide that you are going to pursue somebody else. That may happen. I don't see it at the beginning of the week, but it may happen as you head into January, or somebody's pursuing you. Or it could be this person starts to look good again, but I do feel like it's more somebody could come in and pursue you who's looking good to you and, just has kind of a nice, clean, fresh energy, just feeling like I kind of just want to move forward. So I am a vibrational being in a vibrational environment. You are, even in your physical expression of flesh, blood, and bone, a vibrational being. And everything you experience in your physical environment is vibrational. And it is only through your ability to translate vibration that you are able to understand your physical world at all. So very true, okay? If you spot it, you got it. It means that is your vibrational indicator. It doesn't mean it's the exact manifestation of it, but that's telling you where you're vibrating. So if you don't like something, you want to ascend. You want to get more connected by quieting your mind, clearing things out, and letting new ideas come in. So love you, water signs. I so appreciate all of you. Stay tuned for more videos later in the week. And have a nice holiday, and I'll see you again soon.